Welcome to Knowledge Untold, your gateway to the wisdom hidden in the world's most powerful books. Here, we dive into audio summaries of timeless classics, distilling their key insights with real-life examples into concise, actionable lessons you can apply today. Subscribe and join the untold journey to mastering knowledge that shapes success.
Have you ever felt like a ship without a rudder, drifting through life at the mercy of the winds and tides? We're surrounded by noise, distractions, and the opinions of others. In this constant storm, how do we find our own direction? How do we take control of the one thing that is truly ours? Our own mind. Today, we journey into the heart of this question, guided by one of the greatest self-help philosophers of all time, Napoleon Hill. Long before his world-famous book, Think and Grow Rich, Hill was commissioned by the industrialist Andrew Carnegie to uncover the secrets of success. The result was a series of lessons called Mental Dynamite. From this powerful collection comes a book that holds the key to personal freedom: How to Own Your Own Mind. In 2008, a young woman named Sara Blakely stood in her apartment cutting the feet off a pair of pantyhose. She wasn't preparing for a quirky fashion statement. She was solving a problem. Sara wanted to wear white pants without visible underwear lines, and no product on the market met her needs. With just $5,000 in savings and no background in fashion or business, she took a bold step. She envisioned a new kind of shapewear, sketched her idea, and relentlessly pursued it, despite countless rejections from manufacturers who dismissed her as an amateur. That vision became Spanx, a billion-dollar company that revolutionized the fashion industry. Sara's story shows what's possible when you harness the power of your mind to see opportunities where others see obstacles. How did she do it? Let's find out. Our journey begins with the first foundational principle, a concept Hill introduces in Chapter 1, creative vision. Now, this isn't just about daydreaming or wishful thinking. Creative vision, as Andrew Carnegie explained to a young Napoleon Hill, is the ability to see opportunities where others see nothing, and more importantly, to take action on them. It all starts with imagination, which Hill separates into two types. First, there is synthetic imagination. This is what most of us use every day. It's the process of taking old ideas, existing concepts, and well-known facts, and simply rearranging them into new combinations. Think of it like building with Lego bricks. The bricks are already made, you're just creating a new structure. Most inventions and business ideas start here. But then there is creative imagination. This is something deeper. It's the faculty that connects with the subconscious mind, receiving new ideas, flashes of inspiration, and hunches that seem to come from out of nowhere. It is the workshop of the soul. To understand this, let's look at the story of Thomas Edison. When he set out to create the first practical incandescent light bulb, he wasn't starting from scratch. The principle that electricity passing through a wire could produce light was already known. Edison's first challenge was a work of synthetic imagination. He tried combination after combination of old ideas and known materials to find a filament that could burn brightly without burning out. He tried over 10,000 different combinations, 10,000 failures. Can you imagine the persistence required to face that much defeat and keep going? But after all those failures, something incredible happened. An idea flashed into his mind. He recalled the principle of making charcoal, how wood, when burned with limited oxygen, doesn't turn to ash where it becomes a solid, carbonized form. In that moment of creative imagination, that hunch, he found the missing piece. He placed a filament inside a vacuum-sealed glass bulb, removing the oxygen, and it worked. The world's first successful incandescent light bulb burned for over 8 hours. It was a perfect marriage of persistent, synthetic imagination and a brilliant flash of creative genius. This is the power of creative vision. It's not just having an idea, it's recognizing its potential and having the unrelenting determination to see it through. Once you have a vision, what comes next? This brings us to Chapter 2, Organized Thought. Now, Hill states that thoughts are things. They have a magnetic quality, attracting to you the people, circumstances, and resources that align with your dominant way of thinking. But for this magnet to work, your thoughts can't be scattered and chaotic. They must be organized. Organized thought starts with a burning desire, a definite major purpose. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful. You must know exactly what success looks like for you. Is it a specific career, a certain income, a particular way of life? Once this purpose is clear, you must create a practical plan to achieve it, and then, most importantly, take immediate action. Think about a farmer who wants a bountiful harvest. He can't just wish for it. He first must clear the land, plow the soil, and plant the seeds at the right time. In the same way, to achieve your purpose, you must first clear your mind of negative thoughts and self-imposed limitations. You must take inventory of your skills and knowledge, and then plant the seeds of your purpose through consistent daily action. This process creates thought habits. Just as a wagon wheel creates a rut in a dirt road by traveling the same path over and over, your repeated thoughts create pathways in your brain. At first, it takes conscious effort to stay on track, but soon the path becomes so deep that your thoughts fall into it automatically. When you build positive thought habits focused on your definite purpose, your subconscious mind takes over. It works on your goal even while you sleep, bringing you ideas and opportunities. This is the essence of organized thought, transforming a wish into a powerful, automated force that pulls you toward your vision. Consider the story of an insurance salesman from Des Moines. He had been selling small life insurance policies for years with little success. One day, he read a book on these principles, and a question sparked in his mind. Why have I been spending my time selling small policies when I could just as well sell large ones? That simple question changed everything. He stopped meditating and started acting. He opened the city directory and found the name of a man who was financially able to buy a massive policy without hesitation. He walked into his office, made his presentation with a newfound confidence, and walked out with an application for a $2 million policy. More than most agents sell in a decade. He hadn't worked harder. He had simply organized his thoughts around a bigger, more definite purpose. He realized that life insurance isn't sold to the client first, it is sold to the salesman himself by his own mental attitude and his own conviction. You have your vision, you've organized your thoughts. Now for the final, most powerful step. In Chapter 3, Hill reveals the secret of mental dynamite: controlled attention. Controlled attention is the ability to concentrate all the faculties of your mind, your will, your emotions, your reason, your imagination, and direct their combined power toward a single given end. It is the act of holding your focus on your definite purpose to the exclusion of all distractions, fears, and doubts. All great achievers are masters of this art. Andrew Carnegie had a favorite saying: place all your eggs in one basket and then watch that basket. He meant that we should concentrate all our attention and energy on the single purpose. He did this himself, focusing his entire life on the steel industry and becoming one of the richest men in history. Asa Candler, the founder of Coca-Cola, spent a fortune each year for the sole purpose of concentrating the public's attention on that one name.
and knew that without controlled, continuous attention, even a name worth millions would become worthless. This principle is not just for business titans. It's for anyone who wants to solve a problem or achieve a goal. When you face a challenge, you have two choices. You can worry about it, allowing your thoughts to scatter and your energy to dissipate, or you can apply controlled attention. You can focus your mind on finding a solution with the unwavering belief that an answer exists. When you do this, you activate a power within you that cuts through problems like laser. In 1933, when Franklin Roosevelt became president, America was in the grip of the Great Depression. The nation was paralyzed by fear. Roosevelt, an expert student of psychology, knew he had to change the country's thinking. He used the power of controlled attention on a massive scale. He called leaders from Congress, from the press, from the churches, and asked them all to focus on one single task: restoring confidence in the American people.
Scare headlines about the Depression were replaced with headlines about recovery. Through his fireside chats, Roosevelt focused the attention of millions on a message of hope and action. The results were like magic. The collective mind of the nation shifted, and the country began to pull itself out of despair. This is the power you hold within you. Creative vision gives you the destination. Organized thought gives you the map. And controlled attention is the fuel that drives you forward relentlessly until you arrive. To own your own mind is to become the architect of your own life. It is to stop drifting and to start steering. By applying these three timeless principles, you can silence the noise of the outside world and listen to the quiet, powerful wisdom within. You can convert stumbling blocks into stepping stones and transform the person you are into the person you were always meant to be. The power is not out there somewhere. It has been inside you all along. You simply need to unlock it.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Knowledge Untold. If today's insights inspired you, drop a like, subscribe for weekly doses of transformative audio, and comment your thoughts or questions below to connect with our community. Catch you in the next one. Keep pushing forward.